Hello, Internet, and today's book is going to be Fish in a Tree by Lydia Molly Hunt. This is a middle grade book discussing education. So this is about a young girl who believes that she is an idiot and talks really down about herself because she has a learning disability that no one has known about for a really long time. So at the end of this, you find out that the main character has dyslexia, but it's basically talking about the idea that kids aren't dumb. Different kids have different ways of learning, different learning abilities, different ways they understand. And if we expect fishes to climb trees, then fishes are going to think that they're idiots every day because fishes are meant to swim. That basic concept. I think it's handled really, really well, showing how how one can struggle with learning and how that doesn't make you a stupid person or less than or worse off than anyone else. It just means you need to learn a different way, and being different and having to use different tactics to learn something isn't a bad thing or a negative thing on your part. I did like this book. I think a lot of people, when I've read different reviews, have said, oh, it doesn't seem believable because she's like in middle grade. How can she be in middle grade but still not really know how to read, and like no one ever catch it before? And I want to say, as a person who knows people who have disabilities, when it comes to learning disabilities, it is fairly easy for a child to learn a way to pass. It is really easy to pass off as normal, and that is basically what this girl did. It is completely believable, and I think by like you're just stating your ignorance by saying, no, it's impossible. Oh, that doesn't seem believable. Like, have you been in the education system? Because I swear these teachers are too underpaid. Half of them don't even have proper qualifications. Like, my middle school teachers were sexting each other up in the classrooms and getting caught by janitors. Like, true story, that was a legit thing. Like, sometimes they're not the best and they are just human beings. They cannot watch and like see every single child, especially when they have to watch 30 to 40 children, and then sometimes they're seeing 30 to 40 different children every hour. There is no way for every teacher to catch every problem because they are human. So I think for anyone who thinks it's unbelievable that, I don't know how old she is, like, I don't know, 12 something, for a older kid to not be able to read and not be caught, like, that was totally believable. Plus, it's kind of explained that she can read to an extent but not very well, and it is very slowly, and as a result she ends up acting out or making a distraction that makes everyone angry at her instead of focusing on how she is failing. To that point, they believe that she is failing because she wants to, because she's a prankster, not because she cannot understand what is going on, or not because she's unable to decipher the words on the chalkboard, so to say. So I did like it. I liked how it talked about it. I think it's an important book because while it talked about this character and her dyslexia and then them discovering it finally and figuring out how to fix it, or at least how for her to manage with it and to learn different ways to read and stuff, there was also another character, her brother, who we assume suffers from the same problem. And I liked how it showed that at the end of the day, that even if you are disadvantaged in one place, in this case these siblings are disadvantaged in reading, the brother was disadvantaged there but was really, really smart and tons of other things. There were other things that he was great at that he could do. Like, he was better than everyone else. So it is very important for us not to look down on other people simply because they cannot do something or they struggle to do something that we in fact find very easy for us personally. And I think that's an important lesson for everyone, like across the board. It's just an important lesson to know. So I'm happy that it's in a middle grade book. Plus, it's like really short. It's not that long a book. It just basically teaches a moral lesson. Some people find it harder to learn certain things. That doesn't make them stupid. That doesn't make you stupid if you take a longer time to learn something. There's always a way for you to learn. Also, just because you're not good at something and just because a person can't accomplish that thing as fast and as easily as you doesn't mean that they aren't excellent, and doesn't mean that they don't have other talents that they are good at. They are no less or better than you because of their talents or lack of talents, so to say. So this is a good book if you are interested in books like this, or interested in giving this book away to someone you think needs to learn that lesson or wouldn't be hurt by learning that lesson. Then here you go. Here's a book that teaches a lesson that's fairly important for us to understand about other people. I think it's good just for you to read for yourself, even if you're not like giving it out to someone so that they could learn that. It's just good to read for yourself. I was like the A+ student. I was honor student, stuff like that, and it got difficult whenever I wasn't making like the best grades and stuff on my self-confidence, because I was like, oh, I have to be the best. I have to be so great at this. It has to be easy for me. I have to be the kid that doesn't really have to study for me to succeed, and that sort of stuff. And it starts to really get pressured on you as you grow older, when things get more difficult, or like you don't understand as well anymore. And then it wasn't until like it hit me that it's okay that I see everyone else as smarter than me, because at the end of the day, even though so and so is better at essays or better at this or better at comprehending this than me, at the end of the day there are things that I will understand and comprehend better than them. And yes, I might have to struggle to understand or to do that sort of thing, but that doesn't make me a dumber person than them, so to say. Like, IQ is great at the end of the day. Take all the IQ tests you want, but I don't think IQ tests really can properly attest to your smarts across the board. Like, I mean just across the board, not like basic test intelligence. I mean like just intelligence in general and your smarts across the board. There is never going to be a test that can accurately put that into words, because the dumbest people you can meet can have the wisest words to say, and it can have the most depth of understanding. So I think that sort of book and just that sort of lesson is important for anyone, no matter what age you're at, no matter where you are in your life, no matter what lessons you're trying to instill in yourself. Just remember that it is okay to not be great at stuff, and it is okay for you to struggle to comprehend things as easily as other people, because at the end of the day, sure, you're not that great at that thing, and sure, you have to try hard at that thing, but for everything you're not that great at, there is some minuscule thing that you're kind of good at. And I think that's kind of an up. Like, I might not be great at this thing, but I'm sort of okay at that thing, and that's something to be proud of. You're semi-competent at most of the things you do. I don't know if this is uplifting or not. Anyway, just read the book if you need a lesson like that. I feel like at the end of the day, it is uplifting to learn that lesson. So if you like what you're seeing here and want to continue to see more, click all those buttons down below, and goodbye, internet.